Hello, Danielle.
Hello, Sheila.
So how was our trip?
Hot.
Where were we?
Long. Well, literally hot. Do we want to just start out and talk about our trip?
Yes, that's what I want to do.
Okay. Where do you want to start?
I want to start with, we're not going to go into our client stuff,
Never.
but we are going to go into the weather. So we have a habit of going to Texas in the hot summer of August. And that doesn't sound bad because people are experiencing hot summer. But when you touch on the Texas desert ground and your feet start burning from the bottom up, you get the idea. It's hot there. And then the humidity screws with your hair. What else? What else about the heat?
I just want to preface by saying either of our trips to Texas, any of them, were never by our design. We didn't plan when we needed to go to Texas. It was planned for us. So I don't want people to say, well, you have a choice. Why don't you go in October? It's lovely then. No, we don't have a choice. We go where we're needed, when we're needed, and we are there. I would say rain or shine, but I'm going to say hotter.
It's only been hotter than hell.
That's true.
Yes. And this was hotter than hell.
It was awful.
So, of course, we get a car. And the best part of the car was the air conditioning.
It was top notch.
So good. I mean, it made the difference of us living or dying, honestly. And
it was quick. It's not like you had to wait to cool down. I mean, it was instant. So kudos to the car that we had from Hertz. There you go.
And we don't even know who made it. Oh, Nissan made it. Our hometown, Tennessee hometown.
Yeah. There you go.
So thank you to the Nissan people for making a fantastic air conditioner. Well, do you want to talk about surveillance and what that means in the hot sun of August?
Well, if you've been to our channel before, you do know that we do surveillance in Texas. One person always ends up getting stuck in the vehicle. But what it actually means without getting stuck in the vehicle is you are surveilling people, you're surveilling homes, businesses, and you're not moving. It's hot, and it's even hotter. That's all I can say is it's hot.
Well, and we're just we are in the business of talking to people, finding out information based on whatever case we're doing. And our job is to get the facts. What do you remember? You know, who else should we talk to? We're not there to upset anyone. We're not there to do the gotcha moment. This is actually investigation. So we do a lot of prep before we get there. It's hours upon hours just to prepare. And we do maps so we can see where we're going. We always have goals of how many people we want to get when we go into town. And on this particular trip, our goals were very lofty that we couldn't meet them all, but we got several people to talk to us and tell us what they remember. And they were lovely.
They were, and you cannot say that we weren't determined to get these people, because you don't just try to meet them one time. They don't answer the door, or a family member maybe greets us. We're not trespassing. We're not being ugly, but we are going to do whatever we can to try to get an interview.
We may show up with donuts.
We try. I mean, even a 3-piece chicken meal, you never know, but
we try to bring food. And, you know, dinner time, here is whatever brand was closest to wherever we are. And sometimes, you know, you can't get them at the house, or you can't get them at work, and you happen to know where they hang out, and you just stop by and say, not trying to upset you, just, simple questions. And these are simple questions. These are not, hard questions. What do you remember? Who do you remember? Simple things. And so one of the things I want to talk about is if you are approached by an investigator and they have questions, if it's something that you can help, it potentially may help a case be solved. And that's the biggest part of this. If you remember something, just tell it, because investigators like us turn it over to the police and they can work the lead from there.
Well, and that is a good thing that you brought up, because we aren't the police. So nobody should be afraid when we show up to their door. We're not there to arrest them. We're just there to get the facts and to ask questions. And I think when we approach people, we're absolutely lovely.
I agree.
We're not aggressive. We're not accusatory. We really just want to have a conversation about anything that they might remember.
We want their help.
We want their help, and because their help can help a family get closure for their loved ones. And I think that, I think that's important.
Well, and one of the things that I think is very important, I give them my card, tell them they can call me. They can go on the website and look, am I legit? And, I think we look very like people's aunts and grandmothers. So
I mean, I want to be friends with us. I'd want to hang out with us.
we actually are a lot of fun.
I think so.
Yeah, there are people that want to hang out with us. So
Yeah.
the biggest portion of this tape today is to kind of talk about what we do and how we do it. We go in nice. We don't go in aggressive. We ask questions. And when people say, I mean, you and another investigator had this happen, they didn't want to talk. Okay, that's all right. Eventually I think they will. I think everybody, as time goes on, I'm sorry you had to drop. As time goes on, they will come back around. So go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you. I thought you were done. I know one of the last rounds that we made in Texas, because the crime we were investigating isn't, super recent. So they had things to offer because they didn't know where else they could turn. They don't know who they can go to with information. Like you said, we provide our card, our number, our website. You know what? They might not think of something while we're standing right in front of them, but you bet they're going to be thinking about it when they lay their heads on their pillow that night. You know what? I can reach back out to them because I remember this now. We've jogged a memory in their brains. I think that's important too, to be open to them contacting us again.
That's true. And that's happened numerous times. And we may ask them, this is information that's in the public. Have you ever seen it? And some of the times, their names could be in something and they've never, ever seen it. So those are I try to involve people. I like the crowdsourcing type mentality, everybody working together for the greater good. So that is kind of our approach as investigators. Every investigator has a method, but some of them are aggressive, but I don't work with aggressive. I just want to know. And if you don't want to tell me, okay, I'll find out another way, but it sure would help.
Yeah. And you know what? Offering donuts and chicken for someone, that might really make somebody want to give us a tip. That's legit. So if you are hungry and you have a good tip, please reach out to Without Warning.
That's great. On that note, that is our wrap up for this week. Thank you.
Thanks for listening.